I have bees and I have goats. Therefore I have honey and I have high-fat milk. What can a person do with these wonderful ingredients? Make honey butter, of course. I had been eating honey butter and serving it to my friends and family since discovering a recipe in the 1966 edition of the Women's Day Encyclopedia of Cookery. The recipe required the cook to blend equal amounts of honey and butter together. Well, imagine my delight when I attended my first Society for Creative Anachronism feast in spring of 2010, and they served honey butter. Before doing this video, I did my usual insane amounts of research and only found one reference advising adding sugar to butter to make it sweet. Not honey, but sugar. Platt's Jewel House of Art and Nature, printed in 1594, said the following: How to make sundry sorts of most dainty butter with the said oils. In the month of May, it is very usual for us to eat some of the smallest and youngest sage leaves, with butter in the morning. And I think the common use thereof doth sufficiently commend the same to be wholesome. Instead whereof all of those which delight in this habit may cause a few drops of the oil of sage to be well wrought or tempered with the butter when it is new taken out of the churn, until they find the same strong enough taste to their own liking. And in this way I account much more wholesomer than the first, wherein you will find a far more lively and penetrative taste than can be presently had out of the green herb. This last summer I did entertain divers of my friends with this kind of butter amongst other country dishes, as also with cinnamon, mace, and clove butters, which are all made in one self-same manner. And I knew not whether I did please them more with this new-found dish, or offend them by denying the secret unto them, who thought it was very strange to find the natural taste of herbs and spices cooed into butter without any apparent touch of color. But I hope I have at this time satisfied their longings. Or, if by some means or other you may not give a tincture to your cream before you turn it, either with rose leaves, cowslip leaves, violet or marigold leaves, and thereby change the color of your butter, it may be that if you wash your butter thoroughly well with rose water before you dish it, and work up some fine sugar in it, that the country people will go near to rob all cockneys of their breakfasts, unless the dairy be well locked unto. If you would keep butter sweet and fresh a long time to make sops, broth, or caudle, or to butter any kind of fish withal in a better sort than I have seen in the best houses where I have come, then dissolve your butter in a clean glazed or silver vessel, and in a pan or kettle of water with a slow and gentle fire, and pour the same so dissolved into a basin that hath some fair water therein. And when it is cold, take away the soot, not suffering any of the curds or whey to remain in the bottom. And if you regard not the charge thereof, you may either the first or the second time dissolve your butter in rose water, as before, working them well together and so clarify it. And this butter so clarified will be as sweet in taste as the marrow of any beast, by reason of the great impurity that is removed by this manner of handling. Well, I never did find documentation to proclaim that honey butter is historically pre-17th century accurate. I consider honey butter to be an SCA historically accurate dish, however, because the recipe from 1966 was in the year that the SCA began. Thank you for spending time with me to learn to make honey butter. This video was created for you as part of the SCA Magnificently Awesome Scavenger Hunt number 5. It has been a pleasure in my joyful service. Diamante da Magenta of the Shire of Appledore in the Principality of Tiree in the Kingdom of Ontir.